Our oceans, once teeming with life, now face a hidden crisis: ghost gear. This issue not only endangers marine ecosystems, but also affects communities worldwide. Ghost gear refers to abandoned, lost, or discarded fishing gear, such as nets, lines, traps, and pots. It becomes ghost gear because it continues to capture marine life even after being abandoned. Ghost gear poses significant dangers due to its persistence in the marine environment, often lasting for hundreds of years without breaking down. This long lifespan means it continues to threaten marine life for generations. Our oceans are vital ecosystems, home to diverse marine life and essential to the health of our planet. However, the beauty of our beaches masks a growing threat.
Pollution has become one of the greatest challenges facing our oceans today. It encompasses a variety of harmful substances, including plastics, chemicals, and waste that drastically affect marine habitats.
Plastic pollution is particularly alarming, with an estimated 11 million metric tons of plastic entering the ocean each year, contributing to the estimated 200 million metric tons of plastic that currently circulates in the marine environments. A study published in Scientific Reports found that 46% of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is made up of fishing nets and gear. This abandoned equipment not only contributes significantly to marine pollution, but also poses severe threats to marine life, as creatures can become entangled and injured. Soil pollution, often overlooked, also affects our oceans. Landfills leach toxic substances into groundwater, which can travel to coastal areas and harm marine life. Light pollution can disrupt the natural behaviours of marine species, including nesting and feeding patterns. Noise pollution from ships, construction, and other human activities disrupts marine life, affecting communication and navigation for many species.
It's become ghost gear because it continues to capture marine life after being abandoned. Ghost gear possesses significant dangers due to its persistence in marine environment, often lasting for hundreds of years without breaking down. Ghost gear silently devastates our oceans, ensnaring marine life in its deadly grip. Abandoned nets and traps linger beneath the surface, continuing to trap fish, sharks, and countless other sea creatures long after being discarded. This relentless cycle inflicts suffering and disrupts fragile ecosystems. Fishing boats deploy various gear types that contribute to ghost gear pollution. Common equipment includes gill nets, long lines, and traps, each designed for specific species of fish. When these types of gear are abandoned, they continue to trap and kill marine life, with an estimated of 640,000 tons lost or abandoned each year, making up 10% of all marine debris. Ghost gear possesses significant dangers in the oceans. Its persistence means it can last for hundreds of years without breaking down, threatening marine life across generations. This abandoned or lost gear entangles countless marine animals, causing suffering and death.
So, according to the CSIRO, 2% of fishing gear worldwide is lost in the ocean. Can you guess how many square kilometres of fishing gear that is?
I'd say a fair amount, like 500.
Nowhere. 75,000 square kilometres. They also say that at the current pollution rate, fishing nets littering the ocean can cover the entire planet in 65 years. Does this make you realise how bad the problem actually is?
Like 65 years, it just makes you think like, it's pretty extreme, isn't it?
Overfishing exacerbates the ghost gear crisis. The World Wildlife Funds report that 33% of global fish stocks are overfished, prompting fishermen to abandon gear as they chase dwindling populations. As fish stocks decline, the likelihood of gear becoming lost increases, furthering the harm of marine ecosystems.
My PhD is on the potential for fish-derived nutrients to improve the health and physiology of corals.
Whilst writing a PhD, have you seen a lot of plastic and fishing net pollution firsthand, and how do you think it affects the ocean and its inhabitants?
For fieldwork whilst I'm doing my PhD, I haven't seen too much plastic pollution, but that's probably because my sites are very remote in northern Queensland. Research outside of that, in places especially like Indonesia, that's a bit more populated, along the coast, a bit less more of a waste disposal system, and even also on the Ningaloo, there's definitely been plastic pollution, lots of fishing hooks, lures, fishing line, and nets and ropes and things like that. So there's risk of entanglement for larger marine life, dolphins, and then those things can also break down into microplastics, which can be ingested by fish or other organisms. I think we don't really know what that does to metabolic processes or maybe things like reproductive success and what effect that has on everything else.
How can the other everyday person help to reduce the impacts of this kind of pollution?
Just be careful of like fishing lures, hooks and sinkers and things like that, and what ground you're actually doing work on. If sometimes you need to catch fish and instead of using plastic netting and things like that, you might use spearfishing or something.
The Sea Shepherd organisation is actively combating ghost fishing by conducting underwater recovery operations. Their Baltic Sea campaign focuses on retrieving lost fishing gear, reducing the threats posed to marine life. In their ongoing efforts, Sea Shepherd divers locate and recover ghost nets, which are responsible for the deaths of countless marine animals. These rescue missions are crucial for restoring balance to the marine ecosystem.